We have my absolute pleasure to introduce Joselyne Ochoa, who is going to be presenting a really interesting study on financial literacy. And Joselyne is advised and mentored by Professor Shannon Pleasant.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love the crowd. Okay, so my presentation is Giving Money, Money, Money. Wait, is that enough? Financial fluency in first generation Hispanic Latinos. So my name is Joselyne Ochoa, and I'd just like to share a little bit about why I chose to research this topic. I am first generation Latina Hispanic. And the first time I took a finance course here at St. Anne's, I felt fundamentally behind. I had taken business courses in high school, but when my professor asked my classmates about their investments, their portfolios, and they started to share about their small businesses, I just felt out of place. So then I decided to talk to other first-generation Hispanic Latinos, and I shared my experience, and they shared that they were having similar experiences. So then I thought, I can't be the only one. And this is my main points I'll be hitting. Why does this matter? Because the typical Hispanic family median income that they make is $38,000 compared to the $184,000 that white families make as an income, or medium income. 38,000 U.S. born Hispanics earning an annual income between $25,000 and $49,000 were financially literate, compared to the 50% of white individuals with similar incomes. Only 25.6 Hispanic respondents were categorized as having excellent financial literacy, compared to 47.4 of white respondents. And about 72% of Latino students take out loans and don't know how to pay them back, feeling overwhelmed and confusion. So what is financial literacy or financial fluency? Financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, including personal management, budgeting, and investing. When you're financially literate or financially fluent, you have the essential functions to have a smart relationship with money. So I conducted a survey on undergraduate students, and it was basically testing their financial fluency level using a 7-question FINRA exam. And as you can see here, Latina students, Latina Hispanic students did not perform as well as non-Latina Hispanic students, but nobody passed. So to pass, we needed a 5 out of 7, and everybody had an average of about 4. I also noticed that one of the questions that a lot of the students had problems with was about compound interest on a loan. Over half of the respondents got it wrong and said that they either didn't know or just completely got it wrong. So let's assess the impact. Some of the barriers that we face is English as a second language. Say that my parents take me to a bank because they need my support in translating some big documents. They don't really understand what's going on, and so a lack of connection happens there, and a distrust develops, which leads to Hispanics being 5 times more likely to be unbanked than white individuals. Not only this, but in the Latina Hispanic community and culture, we really value community and family. This is why, instead of going to a bank, we develop these groups called tandas. And tandas are essentially circles of savings in which each member contributes, let's say, $10 at the beginning of the month, and at the end of the month, one of the members from the circle receives the money. And it's a way of saving, but you don't have the perks of interest. And we also really value family. We come from a lot of multi-generational households, and we're expected to take care of our parents. So that means that less than 1% of Hispanics have a retirement account that is equal to or greater than their annual income. We also have this thing called lack of generational inheritance knowledge, which is what I like to call it. There's a lack of conversation happening in households. We don't really talk about money because it's taboo. We don't really say anything about it, and we don't really share our experiences. survival mode. So our parents come here to the United States to give us a roof over our head and food on the table. And then we go to school, go to college, get the degree, get the job, come back, put a roof over our head, put food on the table, pay our bills, do our dues. Which means that 35% of Latinos are more likely to not know how to manage their money, and this is mainly because of the lack of conversation. So let's have what I like to call a simulation situation. First here we have financially fluent Frank. Financially fluent Frank went to high school, took some courses. As soon as he turned 18, his parents decided to help him open a credit card so he could start building his credit. They also helped him finance his higher education because they knew that he wanted to go to college. His grandmother gave him some money to help him invest in his college. And then when he got to college, he researched more loans that were more appropriate for him. And with the support of his family, they developed an affordable payment plan, which then helped him pay off those loans as soon as he got out. So at this stage, financially fluent Frank graduating college, he's now prepping for his adulthood. He now has an emergency savings account. He also has high-yield savings accounts. He's been talking to the family's financial advisor. He's getting everything in shape. He's starting his investment. His grandma gave him some more money so he can start his investment portfolio. He then goes into the workforce, and he opens and invests in retirement accounts. He also expands and leverages his portfolio, and this was all through the support of his family and professionals. Now we have first-gen Angela. And first-gen Angela also went to high school and took some business courses, but when she turned 18, her family actually advised her not to open a credit card as to not ruin her credit. She also did not know how to finance her higher education, and she looked for lots of loans, but she took whatever she could. Then when she got to college, she's working odd jobs during her career to start paying off those loans. But she graduates with an unmanageable amount of debt. She then goes into the workforce, and she takes in whatever job that she can as soon as she graduates. She starts working to pay off those loans. She starts working to pay the bills and to support her family, because she still has to contribute to the household. She then realizes that she should have started her credit journey a lot sooner. She now wants to buy a house, look into cars, and she realizes that she should have done it sooner. Her credit isn't great. So let's talk about the support systems that we have. They're limited. We have mentors, teachers, counselors, and programs. And mentors are difficult to find as a first-generation Latino Hispanic. It's difficult to create a connection with someone that doesn't really understand your situation. And teachers, they have limited knowledge and can't really help you because it ascends their workload. We also have counselors who help, yes, and they can create a plan for you to take step by step, but of course that isn't the same as getting advice from your family members and professionals. And finally, we have programs. And programs are great, but they're temporary. They're not always catered to individual situations, and they're focused mainly on school success. And that means going to get the degree and getting your bachelor's, going to get a master's, getting a PhD, and not so much of how to finance that journey. So, financial fluency is 100% necessary for first-generation Latino and Hispanics. Why? Because the data shows that we have a disparity. It matters because we need this to build wealth and to manage our adulthood. What are the challenges? Like we said, language barriers, cultural norms, and the knowledge inheritance that we lack. So what can we do about it? We can improve by implementing financial literacy as soon as elementary school. We can improve by improving the curriculum that we already have in high schools. And we can improve by supporting programs. But you may ask yourself, what are you going to do after doing this? This is I hope to integrate key financial concepts into a comprehensive lesson plan that will support the program Breakthrough Santa Fe, which is a program that I was a part of back home. And And Breakthrough Santa Fe currently is opening 529 college savings account for their upcoming freshmen. And with this, I hope to have our parents and the students together in a room to start cultivating these conversations about financial concepts. And so, I hope that you are also inspired to take action today and scan my code here. This code has all the resources that I use to develop this comprehensive lesson plan, and I'm happy to share this with anyone that you see needs it, or share it on your socials or anything like that. Thank you.
So for the 529, is that for freshmen in high school?
Yeah, the upcoming freshmen.
Okay. No, that's a really great initiative.
What kind of qualifications do you think that would be ideal for the people who are mentoring that program or similar programs for that?
I think definitely an understanding of their background and just knowledge of the background and what that means for someone that comes to the United States and the differences in language. I would prefer if someone understood their first language, and I think, yeah, just mostly that.
What should a university do for people like you?
I think also offering some additional support with the very basics. I know that Monarchs, I think it's Monarchs on the Hilltop, they have their own group. If we had something like that that kind of required everyone to take the same basic steps, that would be ideal, such as like a freshman seminar, but financial concepts, and just the very basics. Something just that they can build on. So like a freshman seminar of sorts, but for this one.
How can the university offers personal finance? You might
Yes.
encourage students like you to take a look at it.
Yeah.
You have to class in personal finance and how it
Yeah, thank you. I think making that more accessible to everybody that isn't just a business. See, I didn't know about that
It's
personal
a general
finance.
education course. It's not the business. It's for everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, we do have a class. We do.
Maybe I'm just going to say that. I wonder though if it's seen on campus as being with a finance
Yeah.
prefix. I wonder if it's seen as being.
Or like having requirements to take the
Yes,
classes.
yeah,
Right.
all the university has a responsibility to risk something valuable.
So Joselyne, awesome job. So are you taking this workshop and actually using it?
Yeah, yes. So I am a Davis, New Mexico scholar, and I got directed to approve the comprehensive lesson plan that will then be implemented into their kid program breakthrough, and hopefully I'll go back there and see it through.
Excellent.
I can see some connections with Brian's and those are comfortable about this. It's
Yeah.
really great.
Yes.
I'm Shannon Pleasant. I had the privilege of working with Joselyne on her thesis. And from the very beginning, she was very committed to not only understanding what was behind financial literacy in her community, but also trying to do something about it. That's one of the things I admire most is Joselyne is a woman of action. And I'm confident your perseverance, your work ethic, and your natural desire to advocate for others that you are going to be a force to be reckoned with in your next chapter. So it's my honor to present you with your soul